over 50 million views. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day.
Hey everybody, welcome. What's up? How you guys doing?
Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style.
Yeah. This is gonna get demonetized for that intro. And I really gotta come up with like a PG intro, man, because every time it's like, nope, you said bad words, sponsors, goodbye. Goodbye, sponsors, you go. And, you know, today WWE took down one of my reaction videos. Me reacting with the camera just on me to the last Australia show was taken down by WWE, blocked in all countries. But Loogie Mania's reaction video, while it plays the actual event, is still up, of course. So the hypocrisy of that continues with that big-nosed bimbo from New York and WWE's bullshit lies. So thanks, WWE, for blocking my video where I basically am just sitting here in front of a camera reacting to a show as I watch it, and you can't see anything. But you left up Loogie Mania's her reactions to it, where she shows the entire video. I don't understand that. Seems kind of retarded, but that's just me, maybe. That being said, let's move on to the shit at hand, and there's a lot of it, because right now, let me tell you, man, we had a big night on Out of Nowhere last night, so thanks to everybody. Thanks to Tim Drake. He dropped the 100 bomb. That was pretty badass. We had some great calls. A lot of fun stuff last night on Out of Nowhere. I'd say the gaming was lackluster afterwards, though, man. I had a lot of trouble with my gaming show afterwards. I just got the crap beat out of me, basically. So Undertaker has been confirmed for Saudi Arabia, not confirmed for WrestleMania still, but yes, confirmed for Saudi Arabia. Who cares? And this is enraging, but it's a bigger payday. Why did this graphic just come up? What the hell is this? A sound wave graphic? What is this? Why is it there? Whatever. There it is. So yeah, confirmed for Saudi Arabia, not confirmed for WrestleMania. That's the situation with The Undertaker. A lot of people are mad about that. Yo, KJ Wayne, what's up, KJ? Jassup, what's up? Steve Langenheim, a lot of people I haven't seen in a while because it's daytime. What's up there, everybody? Sam Cortez, how you doing, dude? No, I don't want to PG my stuff, but, you know, maybe the first two... It's always the first 2 minutes of a video that, you know, the YouTube algorithm is really out there looking for your content, your swears and things like that. And, you know, so maybe just a different sort of intro would be good for some shows. Not all the time, but, you know, maybe don't get demonetized every time. You know, maybe I can make $10 a video if I just, you know, didn't have the swearing right off the bat at the beginning. But, you know, that's why we have Patreon and JoeCroninShow.net and all the other stuff where we can be uncensored and all that other thing. We're going to take phone calls in a few minutes. Also, I'm going to answer all the Out of Nowhere hashtags, hopefully, that I missed yesterday. A lot of people used the hashtag Out of Nowhere for the Out of Nowhere show, and I didn't get to a whole lot of them because there was just so many of them. I was like, well, we're never going to get to all this. But, you know, we should be able to get to them. Now, that also could have been because the Out of Nowhere hashtag is probably used by a lot of other people who don't, you know, relate to the actual show. But, you know, and maybe there aren't as many as I thought. Maybe they just were, the hashtag's popular, so that could just be me being a fool. We'll find out.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your
Johnny
face.
Ray Sinister.
Just sending ya some love, man. Shout out to the chat.
Oh, shit, man. What is up, Johnny Ray Sinister? Johnny Ray is famously popular here in the chat. Everybody make some noise for the Beast. Calling him the Beast, man. The Sinner. Johnny the Sinner. Johnny, I'm calling you the Sinner now. Johnny Ray with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it, man. Good to hear from you. It's funny, I was talking to him the other day, too. Johnny Ray Sinister, an OG of the Joe Cronin Show, going back years and years. People are really mad about the whole Saudi Arabia thing. You know, I get it. Because it doesn't matter to us. It doesn't matter.
Party.
Hey Joe, what's up? Who do you think will be Undertaker opponent would be? I kinda want Finn Balor as the Demon.
Yeah, I mean, I would really like to see Finn Balor as the Demon against the Undertaker. That'd be really cool. I mean, if they do that, it's sort of a swervy thing because they are setting up. They're setting up Bobby Lashley and him, and it's almost like I wonder if Vince and everybody is doing this to set up a few things, like Baron Corbin isn't really going to face Kurt Angle, or you know, something else is going to happen with Kurt Angle at WrestleMania that we don't know about, and they're trying to like make us all upset and bring us down, but then something else is going to happen, and maybe last minute Finn Balor is going to get the Undertaker instead of Bobby Lashley. But there, I mean, I don't know, man. I really believe that Finn Balor is 70% going to get Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental Championship, and he is definitely coming out as the Demon, though. That's the one thing I will say. Whether it's Bobby Lashley or the Undertaker, Finn Balor has got to be getting the Demon. But and I appreciate the donation, by the way. Sultan Wise, thank you for the $4.99, and Johnny Ray Sinister. But let's go to the breaking news about Jim Ross. Jim Ross is leaving the WWE. This is something we've already heard about for a while, but this is today confirmation. It's actually trending right now. Trending news about Jim Ross leaving the WWE. He also confirms that he's negotiating with All Elite Wrestling. So there goes my chances of being a commentator for AEW. There goes a lot of people's, because Jim Ross is going to be a huge asset to that company. And man, the way this company has started is damn exciting, to say the least. WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross talked about this with ESPN's Outside the Lines. This is coming from WrestleZone and just a litany of other websites and everything, you know, Wrestling Inc. and everybody else. PWPNation.com. That he's stepping out. Why he's leaving and looking forward to every day. He said, Vince, if anybody could understand wanting to stay in the game, it's you, so I look forward to every day. I've had such a joy working with WWE. It's been 26 years. But he's not really being utilized anymore, so. Movado.
My name is Kane, and I'm donating. My God, King! He's on fire!
WTF is WWE gonna be like in 10 years when they can't reach for that nostalgia bag? Taker can barely move anymore, he's gave enough to us. Taker vs Triple H at Mania should have been his final match.
Yeah, the end of a legend or the end of an era match, whatever they did, Movado. Yeah, Movado, I've dissected this before. This is going back to about 3 years on my channel. I would say every 7 months or something I go into a rant about this. It is the same in all of the industries, guys. This is a worldwide situation and a problem with entertainment going everywhere. This is why you guys are on YouTube listening to me right now and listening to whoever, rather than where we used to all go to listen to everything. Think about it. Music and bands. In the 90s, in the early 2000s, all the bands that were out, all the different styles of music that you could listen to. Music was insane. It was just everywhere. Everybody you knew a band or knew a musician, or loved a musician, or loved like 50 bands. And you could love like 20 bands, and every single one you went to, the concerts would be sold out, and just it was unbelievable how many people would go to these shows and how popular all these bands are and everybody else. But same thing with wrestling. The big names, the characters, Stone Cold, John Cena then came, The Rock. Before that, you know, Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan and even Shawn Michaels and Macho Man and just the Ultimate Warrior and down the line of all these people and The Undertaker. But nowadays, who are the bands that are like mega stars, mega bands. Who is going on after school to watch MTV for music? Who's going on after school to watch MTV for music or for TRL or whatever you want to call it? VH1 and MTV aren't what they were at all. Who's turning on the radio in the car? I can't wait to hear the new exciting bands. No. I mean, we used to have, it was so big that at like 3 a.m, a lot of different states would have their own local access channels, would have music shows where where bands who were traveling around the world or the nation would be stopping by, and these local music shows would interview them and play music videos and stuff like that. That's how spread out the market was. You know, they were the YouTube at that time, technically. But nowadays, who are the megastars? Brock Lesnar is a leftover from the early 2000s. Sting is a leftover. Triple H is a leftover. Undertaker is a leftover. Kurt Angle is a leftover. Who is current? And then people are like, well, I've asked people, what are your favorite bands in the chat? Everybody in the chat right now, name your favorite bands and then give me your age. Give me your 3 favorite bands and then write your age. I want to know your age and your 3 favorite bands. Let's do this in the chat right now. Let's talk about your favorite bands and your age. And this kind of works with movies a little bit too. Like all-time movies and shit from back in the day. Look at the movies now. I mean, you know, like the Marvel movies are pretty good, but I don't know, there's no real original movies. I can't wait to see this, man. I can't wait to see this. Jolene, thank you for the $10, by the way. That's going to pop up in a minute. Deftones, says Big Matt. He's 36. Okay. But again, that's a throwback. That's a leftover. Deftones are an old band. That's a leftover. Mark Carter, you're 26. You should like new bands, but you don't. You like Metallica. They're a leftover. Led Zeppelin, young cab. That's a leftover. They're an old band. Metallica, 42 years old. They're an old band, Donnie M. Pantera, you're 35. Metallica, Slipknot, Pantera. They're all old bands. Brick plus motor age. Oh, Brick plus motor? That's interesting. I haven't seen that one. You're 20, so I should look them up. Look at ABW Backyard Randomness. Aerosmith, Metallica, and Eminem. You're 18. Dude, at 18 years old, I was listening to them because it was cool. You know what I mean? And yeah, I know we were listening to Pink Floyd still and stuff from back in the day before too. But oh my God, there was all this new stuff then. Kill Hannah, Finch, No Effects. I mean, you're 35, so those are all throwbacks. God, I miss Kill Hannah. It sucks to Kill Hannah. Like, they kind of like broke up and started to go to hell around 2007, unfortunately. I like Kill Hannah. I miss them. Good Chicago band. Guns N' Roses, you're 32. I mean, come on, man. Zeppelin, Rush, and Misfits at 32. Jessup. Big Matt, Deftones, Jay-Z, Eminem. I mean, these are all throwbacks, and I know that we're in our 30s, so, you know, those are throwbacks for our age. Green Day, Queen, and Nirvana from Big Guy, and you're 17? What? Motley Crue, Van Halen, and Cranberries from Sam Cortez. He's 31. Like, where's all the new bands? Sepultura, another throwback left over. Dude, like... Baby Metal, okay, that Baby Metal's a newer band, so that's good. I don't know, just like not a lot of new bands in the chat from people that are in their 20s to 18 to 45 years old. Spice Girls, Ice Cube. It's just, dude, it's like because all this music came out in the 90s, guys, like, I mean, even in the 90s, we were all sort of told about how awesome the 70s were and, you know, the 80s hair and and stuff that was coming out in the 80s. But even in the 90s, you know, even though we were like, oh, remember the music in the 50s and 60s and 70s? Yeah. But in the 90s, all this shit was coming out. It was crazy. Dude, I'm convinced, guys, that the 90s might have been the best time ever. And I'm not joking. Maybe it's because I grew up mostly in that time. Because I love the 80s, too. You know, 70s were great. I wasn't alive for that, but 70s seemed like they were pretty cool. 60s and 50s, yeah, they were probably pretty cool too, unless you were black. But yeah, they were probably pretty cool. But yeah, the 80s are pretty awesome. And just, I feel like the 90s, I feel like we grew up literally in the best era. The Attitude Era, all this music, the Beavis and Butthead, the MTV, the South Park, just the crazy shit that was going on, all the movies from the 90s. Like, just stuff was awesome, dude. I can't, like, what is going on nowadays? I don't even know. But anyway, I am full on old man nostalgia right now, man. I've gone off the rails. But Jim Ross, man, Jim Ross can do so many things. He's such a versatile guy. I wonder how he's going to be utilized by AEW, if he's going to start as a commentator and probably be working with talent, scouting, broadcasting. You know, he might be doing everything. I don't know. He's just in negotiations now, so we don't really know too much of what's happening. But we got a pretty good idea, and this is a big gain for AEW.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Damn it. Jolene Donahoe. Thank you for the $10. I really appreciate that, Jolene. Jolene. She must hate that. God, that's got to happen all the time. I mean, I get Danny boy or something like that, you know? So I know how you feel. The other day while we were doing Out of Nowhere, Minnesota broke his, he's not supposed to be able to call, but he did.
Thank you, Sam. You fucking calling me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Minnesota, you're banned from the show. I mean, are you killing somebody over there, Minnesota? What is that?
Minnesota
is just not supposed to be here.
I'm fucking my dad, dude.
What? Wait a minute. Minnesota Vikings fan, did you say you're fucking your dad?
Hey, man. Let me tell you something. What we do at Minnesota, we fuck our dads.
Oh my God, dude! Is this from like all the water from Flint, Michigan, is making its way over to you guys, and you're getting like fucking, you're having sex cravings for your father?
We live in fucking Minnesota, not Michigan. You fuck.
Yeah, but
it's all the pent up sexual frustration.
Yeah, you ever fucked your dad?
No, no.
Jeez.
And he's dead.
Well, fuck you.
Oh my God, dude.
Have you ever fucked your dead dad?
Oh, come on. Oh my God, Minnesota. What the fuck?
Maybe that corpse.
Fuck you, Minnesota, you fucking crater-headed. Fuck no.
You.
I will fucking hunt you.
I put that whole clip up on Patreon too, so you can download it. What's up, stars? What's up, everybody? Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. So let's look at the Kurt Angle WrestleMania 35 match. Corbin versus Angle is being reconsidered according to a report by WrestleVotes. There's no word yet on who might replace Corbin. WWE officials did not expect this type of negative reaction. I can't believe that. I thought they planned this, to be honest. According to the report, they don't want such a negative feel to Angle's final match. I don't know. I think Angle was actually also trying to help Baron Corbin out in a way, too. But, dude, I honestly thought this was WWE trolling everybody on purpose.
Shit bum.
And I guess not.
Do you think Asuka's match is going to be on the pre-show?
I'll tell you what, WWE Violin, the answer to that should be absolutely no. The answer to that should be absolutely no. But I'm honestly starting to think that Asuka's match has a 50-50 chance. It should be a 90-10 chance because a women's championship on a brand should be on the main roster. But starting to feel 50-50 about it, and thank you for becoming a $5 ship bump.
Super chat.
50-50.
Party.
Yo, Retro Entertainment, what's up, man? Thank you very much for the $4.99. And he didn't say anything, but I appreciate the tip. I really do. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, I'm also 50-50 on whether WWE didn't plan this. I really almost believe they're planning this because they aren't sure about somebody at WrestleMania, so they go with Baron Corbin. They can make the crowd angry and like down, and then when there's something else happens, everyone's blowing up with surprises. And I think Vince McMahon is starting to become more keen on lesser, like long-term builds and more random out of nowhere stuff. And I think that sparked in his head because when Kofi Kingston was randomly inserted into the chamber match and then everybody just got behind him, part of that was because it was out of nowhere that he got put in there, and plus him being a veteran, and all these different reasons for sure. But one of the things was just because it was something fresh happening right then and there. And I think Vince understanding that now, that short-term booking and surprise booking right now is what is needed, because we are all just too distracted, man. Like, the crowd, like, waiting for a build from here to there at this point is just not working very well for our short attention spans. And also, they also just don't do anything interesting anyway. So, I'm convinced you could have a long-term booking, but even with Becky, Charlotte, and Rousey, we're bored by it.
Party.
Yo, the man Seth. What's up, Seth? Shout out to the man Seth for the 99 cents, baby. Put some coin in the piggy bank. Feed the pig. Feed the pig, baby. You gotta feed my pig. So, I don't know. That's according to WrestleVotes. WrestleVotes is another one of those, insider/guessers. Maybe knows a couple things, but then guesses at a lot of other stuff. I feel like 50-50 with WrestleVotes. And honestly, that kind of claim could be either one. So coming out and saying, I have inside information, WWE is surprised by the reaction. Well, if they really are surprised by the reaction, and they really do change the match or do something different in the match, you'll say, wow, he was right. But if they'd planned that all along on purpose, well, you're still right. So it's one of the two.
Super chat. Super chat.
WWE is not that creative, Joe.
People keep saying that to me. Mike Literis. Mike, thanks, man. People keep saying that to me every time we talk about this. Like, back when I said that we thought Daniel Bryan, that whole thing was WrestleMania 30 with Daniel Bryan. We thought they purposely held him back so they could get the fans behind him. And people were like, no way, they just fucked up, and then they had to add him. But there's a part of me that wonders, like, maybe they knew exactly what they were doing. Maybe they knew exactly what they were doing. Let me unplug my charger. A couple people called, and I went to take your calls, and when the charger's plugged in, it just hums and beeps and shit. So now probably you guys won't get that humming if you call 339-226-6610. So again, going back to the news, Undertaker has been announced for Saudi Arabia in May. So Undertaker will make the appearance in Saudi Arabia for a huge paycheck. Huge payday coming for The Undertaker, a reported $2 million for a flight to Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I'm sorry. I have to say that is a rumored $2 million for The Undertaker in Saudi Arabia. I would assume I would think the WrestleMania payday would be close to that for him, probably around $1 million or $1.5 million or something like that. But I don't know. That's all rumor stuff. That's not reported stuff. I guess you could say it's reported by a rumor source, but not really. It's very whatever. But anyway, Undertaker goes to Saudi Arabia, but still not confirmed for WrestleMania. So we still don't know about WrestleMania with The Undertaker. And then, of course, the breaking news today that not only has Jim Ross will not re-sign with the WWE, Jim Ross is leaving the WWE, but that Jim Ross is now speaking to our friends over there at AEW. So Jim Ross may go to AEW. And I agree, Jim Ross's New Japan work wasn't the best. Working with Matt Striker, I think it was a combination of last minute flying over there, needing to learn and kind of research all the different wrestlers, the Japanese language, the moves, the background. And, he was kind of playing sort of second man in, with Matt Striker basically taking care of a lot of the knowledge and background, and Jim Ross more of the sort of to be there for the veteran and the excitement and the voice. And I thought it worked okay, fine. I thought it was just fine. Actually, quite frankly, when I did commentary with Matt Striker, I utilized Matt Striker the same way. I called the moves and the things as I saw them, and I got really excited about everything. But I left it up for Matt Striker to do the background. Because some of the background on the wrestlers, I didn't 100% know everybody. The hell was that? Did you guys hear that? Did that come across on the show? Let me listen. Hold on a minute. That sounded insane. I saw them and I got really excited about everything, but I left it up for Matt Stryker to do the background, because some of the background on the wrestlers, I didn't 100% know everybody. Oh my god! The look on my face is hilarious. I'm just like, what's going on up there? As you guys can tell, I've only insulated this room about 30% so far because it's expensive. But because some of the background on the wrestlers, I didn't 100% know everybody. I also think it's also kind of funny because I think I heard Leah in the background too. I could hear her going, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That was funny. You know what it is the room where the dog is right above me, and they were moving the cage, it sounded like. Anyway, let's take a phone call for a second. 757, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Cronin? I just got off of work, man, and am I to really be told that The Undertaker is leaving WWE, and not only that, but just destroying, I would assume, his relationship with Vince McMahon after all these years to join up with Cody Rhodes?
No, you're mixing up both stories. Jim Ross is leaving the WWE for AEW probably, and Undertaker is booked for the Saudi Arabia show.
Perfect. Never mind. I'm delirious or something. Have a great day, Cronin. I absolutely love your show, man.
No problem, man. That's hilarious. How many other people thought that that's what was going on? Because the stories, he mixed the stories up is all. But that's imagine that if the Undertaker was leaving. Imagine that he was leaving for AEW. What would they call him there? They actually painted my house, so the house is not, the house doesn't look as haunted as it did. Doopy-doo. Do you guys want to see it? All right, I'll show it to you real quick. Well, and I also have to clarify, because somebody said, Joe, it's expensive. I did not pay for the painting. The previous owner, in the contract, the only way we could buy the house is if the house was sanded and painted, because the paint chips everywhere is like illegal or whatever. So they had to actually, the previous owner agreed to have the house painted, but they couldn't paint it in the wintertime. So they did the sale, but had to hold the money for the painting like in escrow and have it done later. So the previous owner took care of this so that we didn't have to pay for any of this. But as, you know, this was the darkened part of the house. You know, this is what the house looked like. Very dark and everything. And now this is what it looks like. So they just painted it. It's painted gray, and you know it's a better color now. So yeah, I don't think it looks as haunted now. You know, that dark was, I kind of like the dark though in a way, but you know, it was pretty crazy, you know. Oh, not as haunted. I don't think it's as haunted looking as it was.
Super Chat Party.
Retro Entertainment, what's up?
You know me as Takerson. Joe Taker's gimmick won't be in AEW.
You know me as Takerson. Joe Taker's gimmick won't be in AEW. I know. WWE confirms The Undertaker. Oh, I see why you guys are saying that. My title is fucking retarded. Oh my God. WWE confirms The Undertaker. And then, separate story, Jim Ross leaving for AEW. Oh my God. I get what people are saying, dude. Oh man. I get that. That is so weirdly clickbaity. Hold on a second. Let me fix that. No wonder people. I'm like, what? Why is everybody saying this? Oh my God, dude! What in the world? WWE confirms Undertaker. Oh my God. I'll write Undertaker match, and then Jim Ross leaving for WWE. Oh my God. That is a full-on botch. Retro Entertainment, thanks for donating that, or I never would have known what the hell people were talking about. Okay, I fixed it. WWE confirms the Undertaker match. Oh, maybe I should just have Undertaker match. Oh God, this is just a mess now. Fucking goddamn it! I'm the worst at writing things. I've actually gotten into fights before with people because I wrote something and then they were like, "What the hell do you mean by that?" And then I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I wrote," and I had to rewrite it. And then they're like, "No, you said this." And I just don't communicate well through. If you guys know me, like writing for me and stuff is just terrible. I'm so bad at it. WWE confirms the Undertaker. WWE confirms Undertaker. Oh God, WWE confirms the Undertaker. Saudi Arabia. I don't know. Next match.
Super chat.
Oh,
Super chat.
Jim Ross leaving.
Joe Sean's view Cronin thinking face rolling on the floor laughing.
Mike Litteris, thank you for the $2, man. Oh man, this is full on botch. I'm sorry. This is a full on botch. All right, I fixed it, guys. I fixed it. Retro Entertainment, thank you, man. Mike Litteris, thank you as well. No, the Undertaker is confirmed for Saudi Arabia. The Undertaker is not leaving WWE. The Undertaker is appearing at the Double or Nothing whatever the hell they call it, Starcast, which is separate from AEW. So, but no, Undertaker is at Saudi Arabia, not confirmed for WrestleMania yet, and Jim Ross is leaving WWE and is rumored to be in, or actually confirms he's in talks with AEW. Okay, we squared that away.
Super
Jesus.
Chat Party.
Why won't WWE use Bray Wyatt? He should go to AEW.
Yeah, you know, I mean, but if he did, again, he couldn't be Bray Wyatt. He'd have to be something else, you know. Imagine if he could be Sister Abigail there. That'd be funny. Retro, thank you so much, man, for the tip, dude. And shout out to everybody who's able to watch right now. Sometimes people aren't able to see the show when I'm live, so it's good to be live in the daytime. Frost, the Almighty, AJ, what's up, man? I'm so sorry for that. It was an accidental clickbait title. It was a run-on sentence. 407, how you doing? I got them on the phone.
Hey, what's up? What's up, man? How you doing?
All right. I feel stupid, but how you doing?
It's all good. I'm just delivering pizza right now. I work for Domino's, so I appreciate you doing the show right now.
Hey, I used to work for Domino's. I worked for Domino's.
Oh yeah? Did you deliver, or were you on the inside?
So in 2003, I did delivery, but a couple years ago, about 5 years ago, I was training to be a manager, and I worked there for about 3 months, and then I ended up leaving because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But I did work there several times, about a total of a year and a half throughout my life. So kind of funny.
Nah, that was a good move, man. It's fucked. You don't want to be a manager at Domino's.
Here we go, about to get it, man.
Oh, dude, yeah, I agree.
But I guess my question is, man, I'm worried about WrestleMania, man. I'm more worried about the build, but do you think WrestleMania could end up being like a good show? Like I'm having a feeling it could actually end up being maybe like a pretty good show compared to the build-up.
Yeah, I think like a lot of these times it's kind of been hit or miss, right? Like for the last 2 years, no matter the build-up to these shows, if the build-up sucks, most times it sucks. Most times all the build-up for everything sucks. So, but when you get down to the matches, there's always a chance that these matches could be good, even though the build-up was stupid. But last year, the build-up was kind of crappy, and last year WrestleMania was awful. So, it was a dud last year. So I'm kind of worried that that's going to happen again after last year and this type of buildup that we have. So, that's kind of how I feel, man. But thanks for the call, and good luck with the delivering pizzas, man. I used to do it. Actually, a lot of people used to say that they made more money delivering the pizzas because you get better tips sometimes from people. And, as a manager, you're like running around trying to make sure all your shit's whatever. But I don't know. They told me I can make $80,000 a year. That was definitely not true. $80,000, dude, that was not, it was a mess. And then the manager was like serving food off the floor to people because he didn't want to save $1. And I got to replay Rando's donation in a minute, so I will get that Rando. I saw her come in. Hey, what's up, Ryback?
Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Joe versus JD at WrestleCon.
WWE Violin 33, thanks, ma'am. Can you imagine if we did that at WrestleCon? Me and JD did that, that'd be crazy. WWE Violin, thanks for the $4. Also, just a quick note, me and Dave Rose are going to be doing a Final Frontier live in a little while. We're going to take calls from anybody to talk about anything, whether it's planets or Mandela effect. I mean, whatever you want to come up with, whatever you want to talk about, me and Dave Rose will talk about it on a special live kind of Final Frontier news that we're going to do. I believe we're going to do it from the Corrupted YouTube channel, and Throwdown is tonight there too. So there's a lot of stuff going on tonight. Antonio Brim, thanks for subbing to the channel. Welcome to the JCS Army, man. Grab your beer. WrestleCom
Chat Party.
Sister Abigail versus Stardust Enema for Vince.
Oh man, isn't anybody a little bit disappointed that we didn't get to see whatever the hell that was gonna be, dude? That was some weird stuff. That Sister Abigail stuff when he was dressed like a woman or whatever. That was going to be some of the freakiest bullshit that we've seen in a while. I am angry that we got robbed of that stuff. I mean, that could have been dumb as hell. But it could have been awesome. And we got robbed of it. And that stinks. No, we ain't going to talk about flat earth, Vernon. I don't think me and Dave Rose don't believe in flat earth, really. I'll entertain the talk about it, though, if you want to talk about it and talk about maybe how the Earth isn't exactly what we think it might be. We'll get into that stuff. But to say that the Earth right now is flat for sure and nothing is rotating the way it is and satellites, I mean, I don't know. But I'll entertain it if you want to try. But, I mean, unfortunately, I know the science behind a lot of that, how stuff works, and so that just... It's like if you were to come up to me and say, Joe, 2 + 2 isn't 4, I'd be like, but yeah, but maybe we're some kind of a projection or something like that. I don't know. We'll talk about that on Final Frontier later if you guys want to be part of that. I'm going to be putting out a Q&A on Twitter and on Patreon so you guys can, ask questions, put links in, whatever you want to do, and we'll react to those too. 912, what's up?
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Hey, man, what's up? How you doing? I'm good.
Good, buddy, good. So what's your plans for WrestleMania Sunday? I know it's going to be about an 8-hour show. Are you still going to have your post-show review after that 8 hours?
Oh, yeah, dude. Every year. That's one of the biggest shows that I'll do. So, absolutely, I have to do it.
Right.
Yeah, that will be...
I want to know more about this. Banquet you were talking about last night. You're going to have a banquet. What's that consist of on WrestleMania Sunday? Do you have a banquet going on?
Oh, I was just being crazy. I mean, I'm hyped up for it, even though the build is stupid. It's like, dude, it's still WrestleMania time. Like, I'm gonna be excited, so I'm gonna have like beer here. I'm gonna be grilling food. Like, I'm just gonna be pumped up for it. You know what I mean? I'm excited for it, even though it's, it might be bullshit. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, just wanted to call in. Love these afternoon shows. Good talking to you, and you have a good day.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the support. Yeah, absolutely. We'll always be live during WrestleMania. I mean, I'll be live probably during it, live streaming my reactions. Hopefully WWE won't take that video down like they took my other ones down. Hey, you remember the WrestleMania where somebody brought my Joe Cronin Show sign? I mean, you know, we did 315,000 views on that WrestleMania 32. And, dude, you know how many people came up to me and said, I found your show because I kept seeing the Joe Cronin Show sign in the crowd at WrestleMania. And I was like, what is that? And I looked it up. Like, this sign was the whole WrestleMania 32, man. That sign was prominent. Like, all over the place. I'm sorry, 203. Call back again, man. 203, call back. I'll get you back on. 203, Connecticut. It's WWE wants to hire me, guys. WWE wants to hire me. Unknown caller, what's up?
Yeah, I just want to get into the Heat situation, WrestleMania.
Okay, which one? Who? Oh, we lost him. I lost you. I lost your call. I did not hang up on you. Okay, so another thing is AEW signed former Impact star, is it Allie that they signed? Brandy Rhodes is seen talking about the belt. I don't know if you guys have seen this for going into AEW news. The Brandy Rhodes getting ideas for the new wrestling gear with former WWE seamstress Sandra Gray. That's really interesting. Also, AEW has said that they've hired Allie from Impact Wrestling. Brandy talks about the AEW Championship title. They're looking at something like the Mid-South North American Championship. And so this is an idea, it looks like, of what possibly the AEW belt could look like. In my opinion, I have a feeling they may actually put the letters AEW on each one of these different plaques here. And that would be kind of different. I don't know if they'll really do that, but possibly. But I assume the belt would look somewhat sort of traditional. And that would be a hell of a belt, man, if that's what they go with, or something like that. By the way, did you guys hear the moment with Cody Rhodes and Chris Jericho? This is fucking hilarious. This is fucking hilarious. This was on where's Cody Rhodes' last YouTube video? Oh God, it was so funny. It was from a week ago. Yeah. Oh, this is so funny. This is at the end when Chris Jericho's leaving him a voicemail on the road to Double or Nothing. This is so goddamn funny, man. I was losing my mind. Listen to this call. Oh, by the way, I'll plug something for the guys. They got this new little puppy dog here. Look at that. Little nightmare. Look at that. That's so cute. It's available on ProWrestlingTees.com. So cute.
Hey, you little pissant. Why don't you answer the phone, Cody, huh? Are you scared because Chris Jericho read your little piece in the New York Post where he called me a dick? You have no idea how much of a dick I can really be. Understand me? Don't you ever forget...
Dude, you have no idea. Dude, I love Jericho, man. You have no idea how much of a dick I can really be.
Dick? You have no idea how much of a dick I can really be. Understand me? Don't you ever forget, Cody, that you are not my boss and you do not talk to me that way. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be in AEW. There would be no AEW. I'm the one who got you that vice president position. I'm the one who put you on the map. I'm the one who is feeding every single family on this roster, including yours. I'm the one who's putting dog treats in Pharaoh's mouth. I'll tell you something else. You keep that dog away from me. I don't like dogs, and I don't like you.
Keep the dog away from me, because I don't like dogs, and I don't like you.
In Pharaoh's mouth. And I'll tell you something else. You keep that dog away from me. I don't like dogs, and I don't like you. You need to apologize to me. And the next time you call me a dick, you piece of shit, I'll slap your face. Don't you ever forget where you came from. Ever. And don't you forget who you're dealing with. I'm Chris Jericho. You need to thank me. Kenny Omega needs to thank me after I beat him at Double or Nothing. You understand me? And in the meantime, enjoy those fancy pants suits that you're buying on the money that I made for you. You're welcome. Love your friend, Chris Jericho. The dick.
Oh my God, did he say the dick at the end?
Jericho. Welcome. Love your friend, Chris Jericho. The dick.
Oh my God. Oh, so many people probably missed that because it's at the very end of Cody's video. It's like at the very end. But it's so goddamn funny. Oh my God, it's like you need to thank me. It's me, the dick. I thought JB just called me. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna take a I want to take a call from JB. What the hell? Is this going on right now? Because what the hell's going on? Apparently my son's acting up upstairs. I'm getting messages from Leah. Yeah, Jericho, that was pretty badass, man. That was pretty badass. I feel like a lot of people didn't see that, man. AEW will be Impact 2.0, says Julius. Yeah, Nightbot is a bitch. Are you guys really, how many people really think that, AEW is going to become another Impact Wrestling? I mean, do people really believe that? See, I believe that AEW is about to take the place of Ring of Honor and Impact as the number 2 organization. I really believe that that's happening. And I think, I honestly think that Ring of Honor dropped the ball. I think Ring of Honor should have empowered all these guys even more a little while ago, and they should have pushed for more of these big shows with these guys. Like, it's almost like Ring of Honor just goes, hey, we got this thing, go out, yay, okay, well, and you guys do whatever you want, I guess, well, okay. No, Ring of Honor should have been like, no, man, these are our stars, now let's do this. Like Ring of Honor should have gotten this shit going and empowered them and been like, listen, Cody and Young Bucks and everybody, we want you to run this company by the end of the day. We want you guys to be our clique, to be the new DX, to be the NWO, to be all of that. And we're going to have arenas and you guys are going to pump up this being elite thing versus Ring of Honor. Like, you guys are, like, elite is bigger than Ring of Honor and we'll have this infighting and we'll do this whole fucking storyline. I mean, they could have done so much, and it's like, I don't know whether Ring of Honor dropped the ball or if these guys just didn't want to play ball, and from the very beginning, Cody Rhodes knew, if I get a chance to create my own thing, we're going to do that. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe Ring of Honor did try, and these guys weren't on board, and they were like, let's make our own company, you know? So if that's the case, well, then I guess there's nothing you can really do about that. But I just feel like, man, Ring of Honor really missed the fucking opportunity here. They had it for a little while. They just were happy booking shows. Young Bucks, the Bullet Clubs here, all that stuff. And then they just kind of... And by the way, what happened to the Bullet Club? Is there still a Bullet Club? I don't even know. I don't follow that anymore. It's just AEW, right? Everything, these guys have just transitioned into AEW, and the Bullet Club kind of faded away, which is weird because it was starting to get old. People were starting to say, oh, it's getting old now. It's getting to be like the NWO, and it seems like right as people were souring on it, it kind of fizzled away, and then being elite and the elite and All In kind of just took over, and then it became that instead. And in a way, it was like the perfect transition for them because they went right from something that was a hit, and as it was just about drained, they moved right to something new and fresh that's a hit again. I mean, that's crazy. There's still a Bullet Club, but it's only in New Japan. That's what I thought. New Japan kind of owns the deal, right? Yeah. So it's pretty much dead. I know they were always the elite, but I haven't paid any attention to New Japan since Wrestle Kingdom. Honestly, haven't watched since Wrestle Kingdom. Jay White is the leader. Wow. But I mean, the guys that were anchoring it still are not there anymore. That's pretty crazy. Carl Anderson retired the tag team. Done. What? Really? That just happened? Are you joking? I have some other news, too, that I haven't gotten to yet. Let me just... Jim Ross reveals contract talks with AEW. I don't know where that's coming from. Unknown caller's on the phone. What's up? Unknown caller. What's up, unknown? Hello? I think that person's got a bad connection. Probably.
Super Chat Party.
My farts are flatter the earth.
Retro Entertainment, thank you, man. My farts are flatter than the earth. Is that a good thing? Do you want those to be flat? I'm not really sure. Joe, you should drink Coke Zero Sugar. Yeah, I know. I probably should. But you know what, though? I've only drank about this much of it so far, and I probably will only drink about half of this. So, Jericho might call me, yeah. I'd invite a call from Jericho. Ask him why he blocks me all the time. 716. What's going on, 716?
Hey, what's up, Joe?
How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm just one of those guys watching because this guy so not good. But I just read that they actually want to do the Angle and Cena thing now. Have you heard about that?
The Angle and Cena thing? Yeah, I mean, I just thought that they were going to fake us out with the Baron Corbin stuff, and then at WrestleMania, Cena would pop out actually to take on Kurt Angle, and it was going to be a big surprise.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but according to rumors, they actually wanted to just do Angle and Corbin, but Angle actually kind of heard like the response, and they're saying that he really hated it and he was pissed off in the back.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's just the speculations and the rumors, you know. But I could kind of see that happening for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be happy if you announced your opponent and the people booed, you know. But I mean, at least they did cheer him afterwards. But I if I was him, I'd be upset. You know, I mean, I don't know if I'd be upset anyway. I don't know if I would. I'd be like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going out there at WrestleMania. This guy, Baron Corbin, you know, I'm going to retire, and that's about it. You know, so I don't know exactly what's going on right now. I know what Meltzer said, but it's always hard to figure out what the hell he's talking about, whether it's 50-50 or, you know, whatever the case may be. Let me go back to the donations and see what you guys are saying.
Super Chat Party.
It's a party.
What's up, Cronin?
What's up?
Will there be a throwdown tonight?
There will.
Not to suck the D, but you've been killing it on Patreon.
Thank you, Frog Kid. Thanks for the $4.99. And there will be a throwdown tonight. Throwdown will be live at 10 p.m. on my Corrupted YouTube channel, youtube.com/corruptedpodcast. And I'm also going to be live in a few with Final Frontier News with Dave Rose. So we'll be live with that too. So get ready for that. That will all be on my other channel, on the Corrupted channel. So make sure you guys are over there. It's free. And Patreon, yeah, you pay for that, but it's tons of content coming to Patreon this week too. And it's been, I got something I got to put up there today, actually. So we'll be doing that as well. Backstage news on planned stipulation that was nixed for WWE WrestleMania 35 match. This is coming from Mark Middleton, WrestlingInc.com. WWE originally had plans to do a mask versus hair match. We'd heard about that. And Andrade was growing his hair. Rey Mysterio, Andrade at WrestleMania 35. This is coming, of course, from Wrestling Observer. No word yet on why the match was pulled, but could be because WWE didn't want Andrade losing his hair. The Observer noted that the idea fell by the wayside, as so many others do. I mean, I don't want Andrade losing his hair either. His hair looks good. He look not as good with bald. I mean, no homo, you know? Don't take your hair away. But anyway, guys, that's everything I wanted to get to, I believe. Jim Ross leaving WWE. Jim Ross going to work for AEW most likely. The Undertaker has been confirmed for Saudi Arabia, but not for WrestleMania, which is surprising to me. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. If he's not at WrestleMania, I'm going to freak out.
Party.
Y2J pays for Kevin Dunn's all wood.
Y2J pays for Kevin Dunn's wood. Retro Entertainment, thanks, man. You know, if you guys go back, JD actually ripped that Kevin Dunn thing off for me. If you guys go way back in time to when I made fun of Kevin Dunn one time with JD, before JD was doing the thing, we did the show, and I went, I'm Kevin Dunn. And then, JD did it. And then the next thing you know, he was doing it on his channel every day. And you can actually go watch that video and watch his channel during that time from the beginning to up until that time. You'll never see him do it. And then you'll see me do it the one time on my channel while he was on. And then he begins to do it on his. So you can actually go prove that to yourself if you go back to 2016. I invite you to go do it, and you'll come to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
Smoke weed every day.
Was good Joe sitting here with the shits today? High of the moon rocks so you cunts can cut the flat bullshit. Mania season is here, I'll be at Tampa next year. Falling leaf, petrol pump, waxing crescent moon.
What the hell? Moss Blaze, thank you for the 420, and thanks for smoking weed, man. I appreciate that. Moss Blaze, thank you, man. Yeah, somebody was saying I ripped that off, and I'm like, it's actually the opposite. I just don't talk about it. But now I've told you guys. Now you can all go and do your own research. Moss Blaze, thanks for the 420, man. Smoke up. I actually had that problem earlier, dude. I ate the spicy stuff. I don't know. But anyway, I got to get out of here because I've got to go upstairs, figure out what the hell's been going on with my kids. And discipline action has to be taken, it looks like. And I also want to say that, again, me and Dave Rose will be live in about 40 minutes with Final Frontier News. We invite you to call over on my corrupted YouTube channel where we're going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. And we'll probably follow up on a little bit of what we talked about with the moon and everything else. And we will be doing that in just a few. But while we prep for that, let me just leave you here. And I want to thank everybody who donated today during this special show. I'm going to do way more of these because of the support you guys gave. I really, really appreciate that. And I do want to say that we will do more of these. And that's about it. But the only thing else I wanted to say was, God damn it, I'm babbling because I can't figure out the damn point of what the hell I was going to say. Was me and Dave Rose are going to be live in 40 minutes. So come check out Final Frontier News and be a part of that show. If that's your kind of thing, then come on over. We're open to everything and anything. And we'll get some good insight from Dave as always. And I'll be like a curious baby boy wondering about the world. It'll be a lot of fun. And as I leave you with a clip from a clip from the last full episode of Final Frontier News. I will see you guys in a little while. And then Throwdown is later on tonight, too. I'm live a whole bunch today. Live videos, live shows all day today. See you in a few.
Wow. Very intriguing article that I had read. And it seems to be requiring more research. Mm-hmm. But from what I've read, that's what they're saying, is apparently the atmosphere, despite the fact that it gets weaker and weaker the further it gets, right. This article is saying that it actually extends all the way to the moon. That is concerning because I've heard other individuals who talk about conspiracy that have always said that the moon had an atmosphere. Right. Now, whether or not that's of the moon or perhaps was always because the Earth's atmosphere extended to it, those are, a separate argument, but very intriguing to know that is what we're being told right now. What do you think about that specifically?
That is That is very interesting. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to wonder what the effects on the planet are if the extension of the atmosphere is weakening our atmosphere, or if it's enhancing. So if it's weakening if it's outreaching further slightly and lightly, but our atmosphere is weakening because of that extension, then that's concerning.
Well, I don't think it's weakening, but I think that by the time that it gets to the moon, it's not as strong as what we have here on Earth. But the fact is, it's still detected on the moon.
Well, and then if our atmosphere is getting to the moon, then at some point, you would start to think that could have an effect on gravity of the moon and the positioning of the moon and Earth, and of course, with how
I would think it also has a relation to the surface temperatures of the moon, because some people, despite how crazy they might sound, say that you could be on the moon without a spacesuit. That sounds insane. But if perhaps the information we had in the past isn't accurate, the moon has more of a magnetic system than we understood. Magnetic.
People think it's a big brass ball or something, or aluminum ball, or.
But if it also has an atmosphere, like for example, what if the atmosphere is much stronger than we can detect, and only right now we're just detecting the fact that it can reach that far? So, could it be possible that you can breathe on the moon? I personally don't believe so, but I've heard some people with some knowledge and some credibility actually say that you can. So I'm not going to discount that just because it sounds odd. I just think it's very intriguing that we just recently found out that our atmosphere on Earth reaches to the moon. So sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the facts to catch up with the truth.
Our atmosphere though is able to be enclosed by this greenhouse effect, and on the moon I would believe that although the atmosphere is present, it's not constant. So I wouldn't think you could really breathe on the moon because there's no.
You would think that, but what's very intriguing is the fact that during the 50s and 60s, when the whole intent was to try to colonize the moon, is that multiple anomalies were noticed flowing across the surface of the moon. Clouds, purple clouds, were noticed floating over the surface of the moon. NASA categorized this stuff and put it into a report before they started to send satellites and such and probes to the moon, because they wanted to understand what anomalies were being previously witnessed. And this is an absolute documented fact, is these purple clouds. And again, you need an atmosphere to have clouds. But these clouds were noticed to go over the surface of the moon.
Do you think the moon's fake?
What do you mean by fake?
Do you think the moon was engineered?
Okay, well, that's different from what I was just thinking. But engineered, I kind of believe that, yes, it is an artificial construct that has been placed into orbit. Some people have mentioned that perhaps it's a holographic image. There are videos out there that show that there's some sort of band or wave that flows over the moon's surface, which looks like a old television refresh rate. But this is noticed on multiple videos from multiple different people. It's a very interesting concept, but I do believe there is a solid object in orbit of the globe that we live on. And this object has too many anomalies for us to consider it to be natural. Specifically, the eclipses that we encounter on Earth, how it fits perfectly and covers the sun perfectly, how it's much larger than any other moon in the system that we live in, the solar system.
Of all the places the eclipse could occur, it's exactly on pinpoint lineup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's the fact that it's been said to ring like a bell. There's the fact that there are cultures that say that this object was not in orbit until at least 30,000 years ago. There's too much information in regards to the moon for us to just dismiss it as just conspiracy.
Well, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of a listen into some of Final Frontier News. Me and Dave are going to be live with Final Frontier News in about a half an hour on the Corrupted channel. Throwdown then takes place tonight at 10 p.m. from the Corrupted YouTube channel. All my links are in the description box below if you expand the description box below. Thank you guys so much, guys. I'll talk to you guys later, and feel free to jump on Patreon. I'll be shouting out all the up patronage and all the new patrons on Patreon tonight on the Throwdown episode and on Monetize This tomorrow night. See you guys. Thanks for listening, and see you in a few.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.